Hey Virgo, it's Angela. How we doing? We're here to do sort of a mid-June-ish update and for the current energies now, moving forward as this month continues. And remember, if you pull this video up and it's not mid-June, it doesn't mean it's not going to pertain to you. This is about energy, and energy does not do time. It's just that I'm recording it in mid-June-ish, and that's when we're reading the energy. All of the readings, you could go back to, readings from a while back that I've done, and they'll all be relevant, at the time you choose to see it. So it's okay, right? These are soul guidance readings. They don't have anything to do with your, with any predictions or outcomes or anything. This is all things you can shift within to help you expand and move along down your journey. Okay, so I pull an oracle card every month, and this month we're pulling from this chakra-based deck. So we get to focus in on whatever energy center, represents the card that I've pulled for you. And then within those seven, the deck is split into 7 colors, 7 chakras, and each one has 7 aspects that we can focus on, right? And so for you, Virgo, I pulled a first chakra card, which I love. It's a foundational. This is like the earth itself. This is groundedness. And the card I pulled for you is renewal. So this is like, it talks about how, if you see on one side of this card, the landscape, it all burned down, it's all gone and destroyed. And always from that comes renewal, right? We always get to have fresh energy come through, once the clearing has been made. So it's kind of like maybe there's something in your life that's been cleared away or destroyed, if you want to use that word, but really cleared away is probably a better word. And now it's time to set forth and create new, and let, what wants to come through next, to let it come up, let it come through, let it grow from the ruin or from the closure. Okay. All right. So let's get your spread here. This is our Zen spread that we did for the vibration of renewal. This is like, setting forth on a new path. This is a first step, first chakra, being able to set forth on a new path. This kind of reminds me of the Fool card in traditional tarot, new path, new steps. And so let's see where you start. Okay, so look at this, Virgo. I got for you, your starting point is sorrow. Did I pull this for you last time? I don't remember. But the good thing is, this is sort of your starting point energy, but this could also be a recent memory, a recent occurrence that has you left feeling a sense of loss or sadness, but you're on your path of renewal. So that it's kind of like, the same vibration of this burnt out landscape is kind of where you are here. And then the abundance is coming, right? You'll make what you can of it going forward. And let's see what the guidance says as far as how to move from that place. So internally within you, the energy that supports really the washing away of the sorrow is patience. So I'm getting, for some of you, just allow the feelings to be there. If you're feeling sad or feeling, a sense of loss or uncertainty, unsure of how to proceed down your path, that's okay. You sit with it and you allow the energies to move in their own time. We don't tell the woman, the pregnant being, woman, animal, whatever, we don't tell them, hurry up and have that baby. We know when the time is right, it will happen, right? Either it's around 9 months, sometimes it's earlier, right? We know that nature will handle it. The natural course and the natural rhythms of our lives will handle most everything, if we're paying attention, right? If we're really allowing for the energy to move for us. You know, no one tells the moon, oh, you're a full moon, hurry up and become new, hurry up. You know, what's taking you so long? Well, we know it takes a certain amount of days for that moon to finish its cycle, and we allow for it. And that's the vibe of this patience. This isn't having to hold down energy, you know, like force yourself to stand still because of, be patient, it isn't that, it isn't a punitive direction here. This is more of an allowing, just recognize that things move in their own time. And I am starting on a new path, and I will determine what my next step is when it presents itself to me, and I'll be ready for it, right? So that's this vibration. Just allow for it. And if you are in the midst of something that has you feeling sorrow, let it be. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your heart and your emotions, and let them play out, right? Let them process. It's okay. You're safe, right? That's the vibe there. Okay, externally, in your external world, after having sat with maybe some mental anguish or emotional sadness, and allowing for it to move through naturally as you look forward to your first step of renewal, right? Your first step down the next path. Yeah, look, the maturity card comes in your external space here. So this is your wisdom that carries you through. This is that sort of being able to rest in the knowing that all is well. You will be fine. Even if you're going through something now, even if you're starting on a path and you really don't have an idea of what direction to go, your wisdom, if you have your wisdom on board, you're going to be fine, right? I've learned a lot. I've learned from experience. I will take those learning experiences with me going forward. I will use them to plant my new landscape, right? To take my next steps. And if something new comes along that I'm not sure how to respond to, I can always go back to the patience card, right? So it's, you kind of have the balance there and everything that you need in order to proceed forward. Okay, the key to moving forward and the key to getting yourself to another level of awareness and, consciousness as you move through down your path. Oh, look at that. The key is no thing, no thingness. This is carrying the ability or having the willingness not to attach yourself to any one outcome, to be able to kind of go with the flow, allow for what is to be there. And even if it's along your path, I have this path and I see it starting in point A and I need it to end in point M. And if it doesn't go B, C, D, C, all the way through to M in that order, then I'm going to be a failure, right? That is not no thingness energy. That is attaching yourself to one scenario for your success. And that's just kind of not how life works, right? We don't get to receive all of our steps in order all the time. We don't get to identify, this has to happen in order for me to be happy. We don't always get that luxury. So the key to moving from the space of, where do I begin? What direction do I take? The key is stay open, right? Don't attach. Okay, then you land here. Once you're able to, really kind of master this, and that might take time, but you have your wisdom right close behind, which is helping you move through some of this stuff. Your next level of awareness is guidance. And now you got your inner guide on board. Now you get to go down that path of renewal. I get to start my new journey knowing, trusting my inner being to take me there. Whatever order the steps go in, I will get there. I will go and I will move forward. Hey, maybe partway through the goal changes. And I take these steps and I go, oh yeah, that's what I wanted. But you know what? That looks more fulfilling. So let me just redirect. That's what this guidance is. It's trusting yourself in every moment where to point your feet on your path going forward, right? I love that, because this is when the flow starts, right? Here we have some just basic understanding. We have to be patient. You know, the sorrow and the sadness, this is part of our experience. And, you know, maybe it had to do with some kind of loss, since we have this, you know, the landscape that's lost all of its richness there. But always, always, always there's growth coming around the corner. You know, I just pruned a little mini rose plant that I got as a gift. And I'm like, the only plants I can keep alive are like succulents and cactus, because I'm not very good. I just don't know how, you know, I'm just not, that's not my thing. But I got this little mini rose plant, and it was doing well. You know, I had a few mini roses on it when I first got it. And then I would feed it, you know, I'd water it and give it, you know, freshen it up a little. And it was happy. It kind of just stayed the way it was. But no new roses, right? Because I didn't prune it, right? I learned that. And so the other day I pruned it, and it looked so sad. It was all these little sticks and just no growth and nothing going on. And it, you know, not even 2 weeks later, it's got leaves. It's like, hello, it's great. And I know I'm going to have blooms soon too. And so this is that sort of that renewal energy, but trusting, you know, well, I didn't use my inner guide. I had to go on the internet and do a search on how to prune the things, but still, I trusted myself to learn it. Right. But yeah, that vibe of, you know, we got to cut it all back sometimes in order for the growth to come again. Right. And that's where I think this sorrow card might come in. This could also be, this doesn't have to be a loss in your world, in your external life. This could also be an aspect of yourself that you're leaving behind, right? Like your youth, like we all have to move through this, right? This life. This could be, oh, I used to have so many friends and now I only have like 4 that I depend on. You know, some of that stuff, some of those aspects of our experience that we leave behind that are being transformed as we go. Sometimes we still cling, and it makes us sad that we're having to let go of it. But always it's about the renewal. Always we leave stuff behind in order to expand again. It's without fail. And if we can start to see that cycle, then we don't get stuck in those sorrowful places. We don't get stuck there. We experience them, and we should, and we feel them through, but we don't get stuck there, because we know our wisdom tells us, oh yeah, it'll get better from here. And I know it from experience. I've done it before, right? So now we're at this point where you're following your inner guide. Now you're at a new level, because now things are going to flow more, because you're tuned into it. You know, your wisdom and your ability to be patient and your willingness not to get stuck on any one way allows more freedom and the inner movement. Okay, look at this, supporting this card, this inner guidance within, is creativity. And look at this, because they look similar. They're almost like the same vibe. Just this flowing, so many colors, so much light, so much movement. And I love this because this is within, and creativity always comes from within, right? Our either if we're like actual creatives, making music, making art, singing, dancing, whatever, that, if we're a creative, we know that the inspiration comes from within, and that's really from our second chakra, which is our emotions and sort of the way we connect with others, our willingness to feel our way through. And I love that this is an internal energy that's supporting this guidance, because, they go hand in hand. They do visually, and they actually do in our experience as well. So following that guidance allows the creativity to wake up and to flow. And then we're on our path. And we're taking step by step, and we're taking, sometimes we take the step by feel. It feels good, I'm going to go in that direction. That's the best way, because that's where all that flow comes from. And then in the external position, the final card and sort of the insight into the whole thing is integration. And talk about, you know, the rainbow colors. We've got the eagle and the swan. We've got the yin yang symbol. We got the snake and eating this, you know, the head and the tail combining together. This is the vibration of, you know, it's kind of like day and night. That's the vibration of allowing all these lessons that we've gotten to this point, you know, even from this starting point of sorrow, reminding ourselves to be patient and let things be as they are, trusting in our experience to guide us, not attaching to an outcome, right? As we set our feet down our new path, allowing all of those energies and all of those aspects of ourselves to be a part of our progression forward, right? Integrate it. We don't have to only say, I'm a strong runner, so I'm going to run all the way down the path. Whatever. This is very lighthearted example, but maybe you're also a really strong swimmer, or, you know, it might sound weird, but I'm just trying to put an example in a lighthearted way so that we can see allowing all the aspects of your experience, internal, external, private, public, past, present, potential future, allowing all of that to be with you as you move forward. You know, your inner wisdom, your willingness to be patient, your willingness to be sorrowful and feel your feelings through so that they pass through your experience and you can move on and start fresh, right? All of those energies and really all the cards we pulled here so far, allowing them all to move you forward, okay? That's also kind of this no thingness vibe too, is just allowing for all the guidances to help you instead of setting it, you know, setting your mind on one way only. That's so limiting that, you know, you could end up right back where you started in the burned out village there. But yeah, it's really, and I would say overall, the key to this renewed path and to this way forward is take your time. Take your time, you know, and be with all your feelings and allow them all to be there, and, you know, curate your path so that it's completely aligned with your vibration. That's that guidance and creativity there. Curate your path so that it's you. It's you know, for you, instead of, oh, look what I'm doing and follow my example. It's more internal, right? I love it. It's awesome. All right, Virgo, that was it for now, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to see you, and I'll see you again real soon.